be taking a new concept, and this one is very important for your examination point of view also. And this is called as ANOVA, analysis of variance. Yeah, a PPT is visible. ANOVA
Yes.
one-way and two-way classification. So ANOVA is analysis of variance, and it has two sides. One is one-way classification and second is two-way classification. To understand this concept, I would like to just give you the reference that when we are talking about change in a given variable, like y is a function of x and x is a independent variable, x is independent variable and y is dependent variable, right? And if we calculate their r square, it comes out to be 0.70. Now, anyone can tell me what is r square? Yes, any student who can tell me about r square?
Reliability of data.
No. We calculate this r square either through correlation or from regression. What is r square?
Coefficient of determination.
Repeat it.
Coefficient of determination.
Coefficient of determination. What does it mean?
Sir, the variability.
Variability. How we can able to interpret this variability? What is the interpretation of this r square 0.70? Who will tell me? This is y, this is x, and when we calculate its r square, it found out its value is 0.70. What does it mean? It means 70% of y's dependency on x. ये नहीं था, यही था.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
भूल गए हो इतनी जल्दी? अभी ये तो अगर कल को पीएचडी करने गए तो ये जान नहीं छोड़ेगा आर स्क्वायर तुम्हारी. It means 70% of y's dependency on x. 70% तो हमें पता चल गई. What about 30%? ये कहाँ गई? बोल सकते हो क्या हुआ इसको 30% को? इसको क्या हम कहेंगे?
That y will be independent of x.
The y is not independent. Y is dependent on x.
Sir, it is unexplained variation.
Yes, that's true. This is what I want to start from the point that any variation, total variation, is divided into two parts. One is explained variation and second is unexplained variation. When I say output is a function of rainfall. So when you calculate total variation, it is 100%, and 70% if it is explained by rainfall, then the 30% is unexplained variation, which is because of some other factors. So when you add more and more number of variables, more and more number of independent variables, you will be explaining more and more variation. So that means that more the number of independent variable, more will be the idea, more will be the value will be explained. So ये जो 30% unexplained है, that is because of unknown reasons. वो reasons क्या हो सकते हैं? वो reasons fertilizers हो सकते हैं, वो reason manpower हो सकती है, वो reason technology हो सकती है. But in this point of time, we have studied only rainfall. So your 70% is explained and 30% is unexplained. So analysis of variance is helping you to get that how much is the variation because of known reasons and how much is the variation because of unknown reasons. जो हमें पता है वो हम कहते हैं it is because of treatment. It is because of treatment. और हमें जो नहीं पता वो हम लिखते हैं because of chance factor. या तो error है, chance factor हम उसको नाम देते हैं, या फिर हम कहते हैं it is explained, it is because of the treatment. ट्रीटमेंट क्या है? आउटपुट पे ट्रीटमेंट क्या है? रेनफॉल. सो दिस इज द रीजन बिहाइंड द चेंज इन द आउटपुट एंड इट इज एक्सप्लेन्ड, एंड दैट्स व्हाई इट इज कॉल्ड एज ए बिकॉज ऑफ ट्रीटमेंट. And which is not given, which is not explained, which is unavailable, and it is basically error. It is basically not explained value, and that's why it is called as because of chance factor. So your analysis of variance will help you to understand that how much is the explained variation and how much is the variation because of treatment and how much is the variation because of the chance factor. और उन significant values से हमें पता चलता है कि हमने और variables introduce करने हैं या ये variable हमें explain करके दे रहा है data को. So this is what is the idea behind analysis of variance. So in this case, I will be talking about analysis of variance with example. अगर आप ये example देख पा रहे हो, example is following data represent number of units of commodity produced by 3 different machines. Test whether the mean productivity is same for the 3 different machines at 5% level of significance. अब हमारा ये क्वेश्चन क्या है? हमारा क्वेश्चन ये है कि हमारी प्रोडक्टिविटी जो है क्या मशीन बदलने के कारण बदलती है या नहीं बदलती. दिस इज व्हाट इज द हाइपोथेसिस. मशीन 1 है, मशीन 2 है, मशीन 3 है, 3 डिफरेंट तरह की मशीन्स हैं और वहां से हम प्रोडक्शन कर रहे हैं. एंड नाउ वी वांट टू सी कि इसकी प्रोडक्टिविटी जो है दैट इज different because of different machines or the productivity is same whatever may be the machine is. तो इसका जो पहला स्टेप है उसके लिए हमें सेट ऑफ हाइपोथेसिस लिखने पड़ेंगे क्योंकि इसमें 3 मशीन्स हैं तो हमारी 3 एवरेजेस की बात हो रही है. मशीन 1 प्रोडक्टिविटी, मशीन 2 प्रोडक्टिविटी एंड मशीन 3 प्रोडक्टिविटी. और हमारा जो सेट ऑफ हाइपोथेसिस बनेगा that is mu1 is equal to mu2 is equal to mu3. So इसको theoretically कैसे लिखा जाएगा? There is insignificant difference in mean productivity among 3 machines. तीनों machines में कोई difference नहीं है. The productivity is exactly same. This is your null hypothesis. और null hypothesis उसी rule पे हम बना रहे हैं जहां पे हम equality की बात करते हैं. Alternative hypothesis is there is significant difference in mean productivity ड्यू टू डिफरेंट मशीन्स। तो इसलिए हमारा जो H1 है दैट इज μ1 इज नॉट इक्वल टू μ2 नॉट इक्वल टू μ3। हमारे यहाँ पे जब हम अनोवा यूज करेंगे हम टू टेल ही यूज करेंगे, सिंगल टेल इसमें